This is your boy Driz, you are now right Driz, you are now right GrynDE Hawse.
So I guess I'm waiting on my moment. So when I get that motherfucking know that I'm own and I done been through ups and downs. Yeah, nigga been around, still I kept it real. They saying that we on, but yet I'm known it. That's just how I feel. I guess I'm waiting on my moment. So when I get that motherfucking know that I'm own and I done been through ups and downs. Yeah, nigga been around, but still I kept it real. They saying that we on, but yet I'm known it. That's just how I feel.
Sorry, so Driz, man, like I know who you are, but let's introduce who Driz really is to a couple of our fans out there.
Technically, I mean, I guess so. The whole person is Driz in general is just about being different. I was never the type of person that follows super people. I guess it's because I grew up not having, you know what I'm saying, like some people had everything growing up. I had parents that worked behind all to do that, but I couldn't always get everything. So I was able to settle for the things that a lot of people were frowned upon. And even to this day, I still do the same thing. And with me, it's about being different. That's what made me look out to be a different individual. And even with my music, that's what I try to do. And I think that's probably why I stand out. You know what I'm saying? Is my mentality is not the same as others. Everybody likes to follow mainstream. I've always been that person to follow different paths.
So talk to me about different, because you say like you're different than some of these other cats out here. Why do you feel as though different's good? Like
well, in all reality, different isn't always good. Like different. A lot of dudes will sit there and act they shit up to, oh, my shit's different. You know, like, yeah, it's different, but is it different and it's good? You know, it's like, if it's different in shit, it doesn't really make a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, I think the thing is like, when I classify myself as different, I'm not saying I'm doing anything necessarily different as anybody else. I think I mixed a lot of things. I started out learning and studying other artists, not just one particular artist to sound like him. I studied several different artists. I started out in the beginning knowing that I wanted to be unique and have a sound that nobody else ever had. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do that. That was just the main goal mindset from like the beginning. So,
if you don't mind me interrupting, how long would you say you actually, I guess, took to study some of these artists that you found out? Like, is there a particular time period in your life you can go back to?
Pretty much, it was really what I was trying to understand from them. Like, okay, when you study an artist, I'm not particularly studying everything that they're doing. I'm particularly studying the things that attract me to them as an artist. You know, as a listener to artists, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like with Eminem, he was the first, like a lot of people say, oh, my first rapper was Biggie or this or that or whatever. And it's funny as hell, my first rapper that I really started studying was Eminem. That was the dude I idolized. Like, I idolized that nigga as a rapper at one point. My biggest goal at that point in time was to be able to rap a verse with Eminem and hold my nuts. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's what's like.
Swag out on stage.
Yeah, I wanted to get on a song with Eminem and be able to actually keep up with him. Not to be better than him, but just to keep up. Just the fact of what he was doing, like his consistent rhyme scheme. It seemed like that nigga could flow forever. And it was just like his rhyme pattern seemed to blend so well, so he could transition between shit. And you wouldn't even know he really switched up the rhyme scheme because he's not rhyming on one particular rhyme scheme. He's rhyming on like 2 or 3 different rhyme schemes at the same time. And I felt like he could transition, like if he runs out of words to rhyme with this one rhyme scheme out of the 3, he could switch it up, switch to the second one, and start building that new one up. So by the time he was able to switch to that maybe 3rd time down the road, he already went through the other ones as much as he possibly could. So it's almost like a continuous pattern. I know, it's kind of
so you kind of paid attention to how they crafted their songs. How they kind of put their bars together, their schemes, and they doing that.
Well, with Eminem in general,
I'm sorry.
what happened?
Okay, maybe me, but he's starting to come off like Ray Charles. Like the glasses are starting to creep me out now. Don't worry about shit. I'm like, take the glasses off. I'm sorry. It was just too long.
She's like, see, that's what I said.
All that for the sitting there talking. I'm like, oh my God, JoJo's right.
Oh my
see, that's
God,
what I said. That was just kind of like, yo.
It's like, in the beginning it was cool. Just, you know, it's time to take them off.
All right, so Ray, I mean,
lame. I had to catch myself.
No, lame. My fault. Sorry. So back to what we were talking about, though. So you had particular artists that you, as I guess an adolescent, kind of sat back and listened to. And for more than just what they were kind of, I guess, saying. It seems like you broke down how they were doing certain things. Am I right in that assumption?
With every artist that I actually, I took artists that I actually respected as artists, you know. And I have.
Who are a couple of them? I know you said Eminem. Who else?
Eminem, of course, but of course the the basic legends. You know, I like Biggie, I like Tupac, I like Big L, I like Big Pun.
All right. And what year are we talking about? Like frame this for me.
When I was growing up, my mom, my dad, when I started hitting a certain age, they didn't really care for rap music too much for me to be listening to. So like, I think the first album I actually got in my possession that was mine was the P. Diddy, the No Way Out album. And that was the first album I got to really sit there and listen to and actually get an appreciation. I think the next couple albums I got was DMX. I got the DMX, Dark and Hell is Hot. I got that shit.
Like when it came out in like 97, was it 96, 97, something like that?
That's when I really started. I mean, I grew up listening to rap. Like I grew up listening to Big Daddy Kane, Run DMC, Rakim, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Lyricists. That's the type of people I grew up with. Okay, African and Bada and stuff amongst that nature too. But I didn't really get to get my own shit and get into the new shit until I got to get into about like 7th, 8th grade.
Okay.
And from then on, I started like after I got past the P Diddy, the No Way Out, the Dark and Hell is Hot, I started actually going backwards and started listening to more Tupac. That's when I actually got an appreciation for Tupac. I got an appreciation for Biggie more because Victory was like my favorite song on No Way Out. I thought the way he got on that shit was like, oh, I want to rap like that. You know what I'm saying? That should be dope. But
okay.
It's just like over time, like even with like I actually studied Young Buck, like Young Buck, the rapper Young Buck. I liked his energy.
Okay.
His energy was dope, and I liked the way that he was able to kind of capture an emotion really, really vividly. Like I studied Tupac because of the fact of his storytelling and his ability to be able to express his emotions very fluidly to people, where they feel like they could relate even if they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? I studied that shit to see how he was. The thing about Tupac was descriptive enough to the point where he can express an emotion and a feeling without necessarily claiming it to himself.
Okay. I guess I'm waiting on my moment. So when I get that motherfucking know that I'm my own and I done been through ups and downs. Yeah, nigga been around, still I kept it real. To saying that we on, but yet I'm known it. That's just how I feel. I guess I'm waiting on my moment. So when I get that motherfucking know that I'm my own and I done been through ups and downs.